I'm Tom from DIY Life Tech, and this is a look at how to set up the Aerogarden Harvest Elite hydroponic garden. So we're going to get started just by checking that the grow bowl, which is this part that's going to contain water, and our seed pods is properly seated. And I just want to make sure it's sitting down on here properly, which it is. Next, I want to make sure that the pump is plugged in. There's this little cord, and we want to make sure that this has been plugged into the little socket down here that says pump. So I'm good to go on that. Next, I'm going to take the power cord that came with my unit, and I'm going to plug it into the little power socket on the back of the Aerogarden here. And then I'm going to plug the other end into the wall. And you can see as soon as I do that, the lights in here, these are the grow lights for my plants, are going to come on. It is quite bright, especially when you first switch it on and there's no plants to absorb the light. But if it's working properly, you'll see that bright light come on to the Aerogarden. Now, the first thing you'll notice on here, it says add water, and this little water indicator is flashing. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're just gonna take this little water receptacle thing off, and we're gonna fill this up to where it says fill to here. So if you live in an area that has water that's really soft or really hard, then you're gonna wanna use about 50-50 with bottled water or filtered water, or even distilled water mixed in with your tap water. Where I am, we're probably do have fairly hard water. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 50-50 bottled water and tap water, filling up to that fill to here line. Okay, you can see I filled this all the way up to the fill to here line. My little water indicator is gonna go green. It's gonna start my counter in terms of how many days since I've planted. We're going to plant in just a moment, and we are now filled with water. So our next step is to add this plant food, and this comes with your Aerogarden. It's liquid plant food, and you can see this is the 6-pod model, so we're going to do 2 capfuls of this, and we're just going to put it right into that same little slot there. It's very simple. Just fill up those caps. This is my second one, and then we're just going to dump it right into the water there, give nice nutrients for our plants to grow. Now comes the fun part. We actually get to choose which plants we want to put in there. And your Aerogarden will come with these seed pods. This is where the seeds for your plants are stored. You can also order additional ones of these if you'd like to. And you can see you get all different kinds. So this is dill, and then we've got thyme, we've got Genovese basil, we've got curly parsley, mint, and Thai basil. So you can opt to grow all of these because you do have 6 of the little slots. I like to grow just a couple plants so that they have room to really spread out. So I'm going to choose a few that I want to grow. I'm going to grow dill and thyme, and let's do some parsley as well. And then you want to look at the ones you've chosen. You can see it says sprouts in, and then the number of days and how tall these will become. So thyme is a short plant, parsley is a short plant, and dill is a tall plant. So as we space these out, we want to put the short plants together and the tall plants together so they don't crowd each other out for light. So I'm going to go ahead and put my parsley over here, and we just drop these right in. I'm going to put my thyme over on this one, and then I'm going to take my dill, which again is going to be taller, and I'm going to give it its own little corner. And you can see those are now in the water, and there's a little pump that's going to recirculate that water and nutrients around the plants. I'm going to go ahead and drop this little cover back on. And then in the long term, you want to cover up the ones that you're not using. Otherwise, the light will shine in, and it can actually cause algae to grow in the water. So I just like to take some tape and cover that up. Okay, we are planted there. Now our final step is we're going to take these grow domes that come with your Aerogarden, and we're just going to pop one over each of these. And it creates almost like a tiny greenhouse inside of these pods to give your plants the best start, to get them germinating, ready to go. And as soon as they're a sprout and start to hit the top of the grow dome, you simply take it off at that point. So again, that can happen with the time in as little as 7 to 14 days. The others are going to take a bit longer. And we just want to pop those on and give these the best possible start. So we are good to go. Our Aerogarden is growing. You can see that there's a little readout on the front. It's going to tell you the days since you planted, so you can keep track of when you can expect to get the first sprouts coming out there. If you need to turn the light off for some reason, you can press this button. Otherwise, it's going to go on a timer, and it's going to create the optimal amount of light to grow your plants for you. When this indicates that you need more water, we're simply going to open this up and put more water in. And then when this plant food timer reaches 0, we're going to repeat the process of adding that plant food. Super easy. That's really all you have to do. You can do a bit of trimming as the plants grow, but that's going to go ahead and grow us these delicious herbs right here. And I can't wait to cook with my thyme, my dill, and my curly parsley right here from my Aerogarden Harvest Elite.